Zane and his girlfriend Elsa were chilling in his dorm room on a quiet Saturday morning. There was absolutely nothing to do, but the two were happy to be bored together. Zane had been rolling in bed watching Elsa tune her guitar while he tried his best to irritate her by throwing small origami birds at her head. "Stop it, Zane, I'm trying to tune the guitar." "Play me something." "Really? I can't play anything unless I fix the strings. And what is this? A bird? Or an origami rock?" "I've been trying for a while now. That's as good as it's getting." "Okay, done," Elsa said as she started playing Zane's favorite song again. "What perfect timing." "Hold on, I'm coming." Zane opened the door to Brock, one of his close friends. "What took you so long? Why weren't you responding to my calls?" Brock said as he came inside and plopped down on the beanbag chair. "Oh, you, that's why." "Yeah, me. What's that supposed to mean?" "So what are you musicians up to?" "Nothing much. What's up with you?" "You don't have any other plans tonight, right? We're heading down to Keeley Point Park." "Oh, you got the location set? All right, man, consider me ready. Where are you guys going?" Brock and I made plans to go fishing. At night. The spot is right at the center of the nature preserve here. The area is vast, lakes, swamps, one right after the other. But the point we're going to is perfect for fishing. The Willamette flows into the Columbia River, which flows into the Pacific up ahead. And at night, tons of fish travel downstream there. Even ones you've never heard of. Fish that you can only catch at night. We're gonna need a high-powered flashlight to see through the water in the dark. "Yeah, don't worry, I got the equipment ready. There's already a designated spot for fishermen, but we aren't going there. We're taking a detour. We'll take a canoe from the reservation and travel downstream towards the Columbia River." "Wow, sounds cool. Can I go too? I want to see some strange-looking fish." Brock laughed out. "You? Please. We don't have the energy to be your bodyguard all night." "What? I can take care of myself, Brock." "Yeah, right. That's what all you girls say. Why don't you just go home and play with your snowman, Elsa?" "No way, I'm going with you guys and that's final." "Elsa, you're not gonna find it fun. It's a guy thing, and it kinda gets cold there at night." "I don't want to hear it, Zane. You're taking me." "Zane, you don't even know how to talk to her. You just gave her another excuse. It's like I know her better than you." "Elsa, the cold never bothered her anyway." "Brock, enough of the Disney jokes. Just let it go, Elsa. Let it go. Be the good girl you always have to be." Elsa pushed over the beanbag chair Brock was sitting in, and after much fussing over the matter, the boys finally agreed to take Elsa along. At around 8, the three caught an Uber and went to the Keeley Point Park. As Elsa started going through the fishing gear, Brock and Zane went to rent a canoe from the reservation authorities. They came back to dock on the canoe to find Elsa ready 100%. "You look nice," Zane chuckled. "She looks like a freak. Dude, it's night. Why would you need to wear a hat?" "Shut up, Brock. I looked up all of the rules of fishing. I even brought a lantern to attract the tiny critters, phototropes, in the water, which will attract the small minnows, which in turn will attract the bigger fish. I got it all planned out." Brock shook his head. This is going to be one long night. The friends took all their equipment onto the canoe and finally headed down the riverside. They stopped by an opening by the bank. They all threw their fishing lines into the water and sat down on the moist rocks and boulders, silently waiting as they occasionally threw chunks of bait across the river. However, the clock ticked by and the night was utterly motionless. Brock and Zane were getting a little impatient and a little annoyed by Elsa's non-stop expert fishing tips and tricks she'd memorized. The predator fish don't really see well at night, so the smaller panfish will probably show up any time now. These waters have numerous fish, from bluegills, rock bass, rear deer sunfish, crappies. All right, Elsa, we get it, babe. I think we should turn off that lantern maybe?" "But it's gonna attract the fish." "It's only attracting insects, Elsa. Turn the thing off, sheesh." "That's no problem. I have insect repellent on me." After waiting another hour and pulling up the reel to find 2 tiny bait-sized fish hanging to their hooks, Brock had just about enough of fishing. "Hey man, you wanna call it a night?" "Without even catching a single fish? How about we go to the other side of the river? We might find a better spot there. That side is all jungles and forest. Probably gonna have more insects there, maybe snakes too." Scared, Elsa? The 3 friends packed the canoe again and traveled to the other side of the river. As they approached the bank, they noticed shadows of other people popping up into sight. Some of them stood up to see the friends trudging the canoe onto the muddy grounds, but they weren't probably able to see them. The hovering jungle trees made it so dark, everyone could barely make out each other's silhouettes. "I think we were at the wrong place the whole time. Seems like there are a lot of other people here. Hope we find some luck." The friends stopped a distance away from the crowds and threw in their baited hooks. To their surprise, minutes into waiting, there was a strong tug on the line on all 3 fishing rods. The friends hurried to pull in their catch, and in only half an hour, they were able to bucket 2 yellow perch, 3 catfish, and Elsa even managed to pull in an arm's-length bass. "Huh, and you guys didn't want to bring me along." What are you talking about? We only agreed because..." "Zane, you didn't tell her?" "Because what?" Zane looked at Brock, utterly confused, but played along to his gestures. "Brock, it's better we don't tell her." "What? Tell me." "Look, we needed someone to gut, clean, and cook the fish after we caught it. That's why we brought you." "You think you're smart, huh, Brock? I was actually going to do it, but now you 2 jerks can cook it all on your own," Elsa said, walking back to their bags, when suddenly she slipped and fell into the mud and the muck. Brock burst out laughing as Zane held in his laughter and helped Elsa up. However, Elsa wasn't quick to combat Brock. She scurried to check the bags. "Shoot, the matches, the lantern, everything's soaked. How are we gonna start a fire?" "Great, so much for all the trouble catching the fish." "Wait, it's not a big deal. Maybe those people have an extra box of matches. Let's go ask them," Zane said, looking into the distance. Since not a lot of people were around the area they were in, the friends left their things and walked down the bank. Brock paced faster, shaking his head at Zane and Elsa giggling with each other. It was hard to see in the dark. Brock could only spot dark shadows of men sitting up ahead. As he neared them, he searched his pocket for his flashlight. The men were all huddled together, hunched down on the ground. Brock started to hear a strange, wet, slushing noise. What was that? What were those people doing? He turned on his flashlight and called out again, "Excuse..." Only to be so horrified by what he saw, the flashlight dropped from his hands. They were no men. They were something else, hunched down into groups, feasting on raw fish. Seeing Brock, they all stood up. The darkness of the night was suddenly brightened by their red, flashing eyes staring directly at the 3 friends. Brock turned to flee. "Run! They're after us!" Elsa and Zane flew into a panic seeing Brock's state. Just when they noticed, they were surrounded by these otherworldly dark figures. The friends ran down the bank into the forest. "What are those things?" "I don't know, but they're not human." Zane turned to look back when he saw the figure chasing them suddenly vanish, disperse into the air like smoke. Where did they go? Just when the friends froze, frantically looking to and fro scanning the area, numerous figures suddenly came into sight just a distance away from them. Petrified, they scrambled into the trees. They're all over the place. They're like some shapeshifters. We can't trust anything we see anymore. They're not going to spare us. The three friends ran in all directions and soon lost sight of each other. They screamed to signal help, but their cries only echoed into the empty jungles infested with these uncanny, otherworldly beings. Good morning, residents of Portland, Oregon. The wildlife preserve by Columbia Rivers has been closed this weekend by the police due to strange discoveries early this morning. 3 individuals were found stranded in one of the luscious jungle islands across the vast wetlands. Among 3 students, Brock Reed was the only one to have survived, while 2 other students, Zane Malone and Elsa Olden, were found lifeless in a horrible condition. The student is currently being treated in an ICU where police have flooded the hospital to find answers of what had happened. Doctors, however, are not allowing any police to speak with the patient due to a serious health condition. It took their lives. There's something there. They trapped us. Those hideous black figures. Their eyes burnt like fire. It was here, and then it was there. They weren't human. You have to believe me. The patient had been hysterically screaming unusual things for hours on end. It seems if no progress can be made, the student might have to be transferred to another mental health facility. What a tragic and horrifying discovery indeed. Leaves us all in question what these innocent students had gone through in the wetlands we deem a place of peace and serenity here in Portland. BII News, Oregon. It happened not too far from here. Strange. Click on the subscribe button and check out more awesome videos on our channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon because you know it's interesting.